everyone, Smastian here, getting back into the swing of things with my Road to Atlas run. It's been a while. I've largely forgotten what the hell I was even doing. I've been sick in the medbay this entire time. It was pretty awful. It was delirious. I was hallucinating that my bed was being swarmed by locust mechs. It was awful. Anyway, memes aside, let's see where we left off. I've been asleep for a while, but it seems that a lot of my mechs have finished their repair process, which means that we could get another mission in. So I think we'll do just that. None of these are undertonned or anything. Everything seems to be in order. I think I left the work orders in such a state that everything would be alright. We're still a little sick, a bit groggy. But that's fine. We can command, don't worry. We can totally handle this. I also noticed that our engineer here, she finished the upgrade process on the repair and refit platform. So now that that's done and out of the way, we're gonna fix up some of the power conduits in this little beastie. So with that queued up and ready to go, let's check out what we have to do. Okay, please. Thank you. Customizing the company. While I was sick in bed, I heard some buzzings that perhaps we should return to ye old Hussar's moniker, as if nothing ever happened before. We shall take up our old standard of the white unicorn with the billowing golden mane, and hot pink and vile aquamarine are once again the hot ticket colors for our company. Very good. Everything is as it should be. We'll be coughing from time to time, but we'll edit that out in post. Regardless, we said we'd get an episode out today, so we're doing just that. Let's get into the contract screen and see what we still have lined up before us. So we have a capture base and a destroy base mission. The capture base mission, given that it's a 347,000 credit mission, might be a bit tough for us. We're probably going to be expecting a full lance of light mechs, as well as a support lance of 2 lights and 2 vehicles, probably, as well as some base defense turrets. But somehow we are feeling cocky and we feel up to the task, so let's give it a go. Let's give it a go and try to get as much money out of the situation as possible. We want money above all else right now because, well, I feel that is going to be the best thing for us going forward. Unfortunately, the Wasp is still out of commission, but we don't mind that. And we're just gonna throw ourselves right into it. So, who do we have? Fang is back in action, so is Blorks, and so's Decker. Now, gunnery and movement-wise, I think Blork's the best guy to put in the Venom. Fang, we're gonna throw into the... I think we're gonna throw you into the Javelin. Actually, I think we'll throw you into the Locust. Myself, I'll go into the Javelin because I have a slightly higher gunnery stat. Sorry, Fang. You're gonna have to take the riskier mech on this one. And we're gonna take Decker. We're gonna throw Decker into the Hunchback because he has multi-target capacity. And so, with that out of the way, let's cross our fingers and hope things go well. Alright, let's see where we're dropping into. Okay. We don't really have to worry about Darius's briefing here. All we need to know is that base is... Ooh, it's this template. Okay. So the base is in the middle of a lake, which means capturing it is going to be a bit of a weird situation for us, but that's fine. We hopefully have jump jets on something. Yeah, we have jump jets on the Javelin. And we're expecting the enemies to be arrayed somewhere like this, more or less. Fortunately, it should only be a one lance at a time sort of deal. But you never know. So we're going to play it a bit safe. Okay, modern military base, very operational. Cool. No targets sighted so far. And no base defense turrets, and that is the best thing about this so far. The lack of base defense turrets really inspires confidence. Above all, though, the pink. The pink is what inspires the most confidence.
Ready for orders.
It's what is known as an SCP scenario, a somebody else's problem for those who are familiar. Because we're so pink, the enemies just won't admit that we exist. They can't stand looking at us. We will use that as our element of surprise.
Ready for orders. Confirmed.
So far, still no contacts, which inspires us to keep moving forward a bit. Still keep to the tree line. We don't want to unnecessarily make the situation go screwy for us.
Full throttle.
Standing by. Aye, aye.
And so, we just array ourselves in the tree line. And eventually, we're going to be expecting a reinforcement wave from the enemy. Until then, however, we're going to jump on top of the base,
Engaging jump jet.
brace in location,
Yes, Commander.
and, well, we're going to have to wait for this place to get captured, unfortunately. And so, just to keep our mobility up, we're going to pull back to a tree line even further back with our light mechs.
Confirmed.
We're expecting reinforcement to come either from here or from here.
Yes, Commander.
So, yeah, we should be able to hold out just fine.
I've got eyes on hostile
Yep,
reinforcements.
there they are.
Heading your way.
Hostile reinforcements headed our way. Base is captured. We can now move into position in order to receive them.
Hey, let's see what this baby can
In
do.
spite of the price tag of this mission, so far, it doesn't seem to be turning out that horrendously difficult. I mean, knock on wood. But I was expecting a far more difficult combat here. But yeah, part of our prediction was true. 2 light mechs and 2 vehicles.
Ready for
That
orders.
much is in line with our thoughts.
Got it. Orders.
And so we're just going to continue moving ourselves into position and such. Let the enemy move up. And look, it's a locust. My nightmares were correct. Fortunately, it's a pirate variant, so it's very poorly armored. So this is actually turning out way easier than predicted earlier. So we're just going to reserve. Let the enemy keep moving forward. Commando gets a hit in with a laser and maybe 1 missile on the Hunchback. We're not worried. Again, it's severely under-armored variant, and we're glad to be facing that. Like, this is perfectly fine. Absolutely nothing wrong here. Do we want to move the Venom up into a compromising position? It's a tough choice. Tough choice indeed.
What's up, boss?
Instead, I think we're going to stand still and just unleash everything on this commando in front of us. Let's go. Gauss rifle hits. Very nice. Yeah, you did.
Good.
We're glad you did. Yep, and there's the last vehicle. Okay, let's reset the camera a bit here. Trying to pull camera hijinks is
What's up, Commander?
a bit of a finicky process. So now that he's unsteady, he's lost all his evasion, and we now get a very accurate hit in with a PPC, and we panic him out. Thank you, Leroy. We're glad to have you around. Now, vehicle's hidden behind some terrain. You know, this is fine. This is fine because now it allows us to sprint forward, but first we vigilance up with the javelin. We'll sprint forward,
Full throttle.
get the drop on this locust, firing everything we have. Right now we're just trying to avoid unnecessary repair costs, so
Enemy mech. Critical
we're being as
position.
mean as possible to our enemies. And we feel confident also letting the pirate's bin go forward at full sprint. Very evasive, we're glad to have that. And again, just fire everything you have.
Confirmed.
Yeah, and there you go. Everything has turned out just peachy. Now, because you have the ace pilot trait here, that is to say, I do, we're going to fire and then move,
All
because that gives us the best chances to hit overall. And, you know what, fine. Not exactly, the best scenario, all things considered. But rather than moving out of the line of fire, we're going to position ourselves such... what does this guy have? A machine gun, a small laser, and a heavy machine gun. Yeah, no, we are actually going to get as evasive as possible. He passed over a geothermal vent. Essentially, he's going to be heating up a bunch more. And we take some minor damage onto our left flank. Nothing serious so far. And Blorks, you know, you've... Actually, wait, no, you're in the Venom. I thought we were already on to Decker, but that's not the case. So we're going to move you into that location, get you closer,
Cake.
and just fire what you have with the PPC. Just go for it.
Consider
Miss, that's fine.
Alright, I missed.
Oh, we have light rifle and 2 light machine guns. Everything seems to have missed. We're totally fine with that outcome.
Ready for orders.
Now, this is a bit weird, because I was hoping to still get some fire into that locust, but whatever. We'll just have to move ourselves back a little bit. Not fully evasive, but still plenty evasive for my tastes. And we'll fire what we have, get some hits in, and everything's fine and dandy for the time being. So, we're just gonna have you stand in the, well, tree line where you're at, I guess, Decker. You're fine where you are. Just provide fire support. Everything seems to have missed. Very good. No joy indeed. He decides to lay some heavy fire here into Decker,
Barely hit,
but,
Commander.
you know, he can take it. He's
Commander.
fine. And again, our Venom can't get a line of fire in. Maybe if I was playing this a bit smarter, I'd have been able to predict this sort of stuff, but, well, we're still a bit ill. Cool.
All weapons are go.
Our hit chances are getting crap. So, well, I guess best case Ontario. We just have to maximize our odds. So let's go. I don't know why you were firing off into space and why you did it again, but, you know, that's fine. That's fine.
Enemy mech. Critical damage.
I'm not
detected.
worried about your mental health myself. It's like I'm talking to myself. It's strange. Anyway.
Confirmed.
Fang in the Pirate's Bane here. He's going to move back again into the tree line. That'll mitigate some of the incoming damage, and hopefully
Confirmed. Firing.
we would have gotten some more damage in. And now the situation's starting to turn a bit more dicey. We're getting hit by things we don't want to be hit by. Largely because we've spent too much time trying to take this thing out of combat. So, let's give it a good go. Are you up for the task, Decker? I hope you are.
Roger that.
Cool, you made your shell explode in midair in front of you. I mean, I appreciate the fireworks, but I'm less than happy about the performance so far. No matter. We are gonna sprint down into the low ground, I think. Get away from the large laser of the other vehicle there.
Full throttle.
Do a bit of a moonwalk into the trees. And try to get as much firing on this technical as possible. Let's see how we do.
All weapons committed.
Almost got him. I did get him.
Enemy mech. Critical damage. Detected.
Okay. Very good. I'm
Standing by.
glad. Alright. Do I reserve here? What kind of armor do we have, maximally?
Ready for orders.
Yeah, no, we're not reserving. Screw that. What are we going to do? I think we're gonna sprint down into the low ground again. Try to flank these guys. Not exactly the most sensible of maneuvers, but, you know, whatever. It's fine. We're putting ourselves underneath the guns of the enemies, so they'll be a bit more accurate.
On the move. Full speed.
But we're fine for the time being. So,
Receiving you.
feeling rather safe. I think we're gonna try our luck with taking down this here Locust. Heck, we'll even give it an offensive push because our hit chances are so low anyway. So, a 1 in 100 chance. You gonna hit it, Decker? You gonna hit it with the Gauss rifle? No, but you do get both of your laser hits on a 13% chance, so I mean,
Hostile
very good.
located.
Tango down, and we got to continue this mop-up operation.
Waiting for orders.
So, let's move you into position.
No problem.
We have confidence in your evasion. PPC hits on a 25% chance and totally evaporates the enemy vehicle. Glad to see that. So with that out of the way, the mission's over, and we can go home. Okay. So after drop costs have been deducted, once again, I forgot to talk about that, but, well, suffice it to say that in order to field our mechs, we have to pay a bit of a maintenance cost to even get them inside the mech. Or inside the transport ship, i.e. the Leopard. And so, it's a nominal amount that gets deducted each time. Over the course of a playthrough, it can add up, but in the early game, it's also a bit more important than it is towards the later game. But we don't have that much of our money taken away. And at the end of the day, 300 thou isn't much to complain about. Moving on. No serious damage, just a bit of armor scrapes and scuffs. We get to salvage one piddly little machine gun off the field. Alright, since nothing major happened, we just need 3 days to repair our armor for 6,000 creds. So we'll get started on that. Okay. And I was about to move on to talking about other things, but it seems a medical research opportunity has shown up. Apparently, one of our mech warriors, Roulette, has a background in the medical supplies industry, and there's a research contract out or something. So, we could get a bit of a medbay boost in the early game here, but we're not really dealing with any serious medbay issues. So I'm going to reject the proposal. Yeah, I mean, Medusa's out of commission for the next 3 days. We're gonna try our best not to get our folk damaged in combat. I mean, it's going to happen inevitably to some degree, but we're not going to be too put out by it. Overall, we just have to wait for our mechs to really finish armoring up and such. And we can go and field them again after that. And so, with that out of the way, I'm unfortunately going to have to call this episode closed right here. It's going to be a bit of a short one this time. A fairly neat, collected mission. We were expecting worse, but we got lucky, and we're happy about that. Overall, I'm still feeling a bit under the weather. I think I'll check back into the med bay. Hopefully one more day ought to get me back into shape. And until then, leave a like, leave a comment, leave a subscription, and I'll see you guys on the battlefield. Good day.